Are you coming up to retirement age as a business owner? If you are, then this video is for you. Now, business owners are in a different position to anyone else, an employee, when they're coming up to retirement age. You as a business owner are responsible for this big thing that you've built over decades, over years, however long it may be. But when you're coming up to retirement age, you need to ensure that you have a succession plan. Now, if you are one of those lucky few individuals, the minority, who does have a good succession plan, then congratulations, and you're probably just watching this for entertainment or reassurance that you are doing the right thing. Now, if you've got children who are interested in your business, or you've got employees, current employees, who are willing to take over and you've had that conversation with them, or maybe it's part of their contract, maybe part of their package, then you are in the minority. But if you're in the majority and you haven't actually done anything, or maybe your children are not interested in your business, or your employees, you don't want to tell them about this, if you're coming up to retirement age, you need to ensure that you have a good succession plan. Why? As employees, all they need to do is retire. Then they have their private pension, they have their state pensions that they can look forward to, and then they just, sail into the sunset. But as a business owner, you need to ensure that you're actually planning for this exit, because having a good plan for your retirement will ensure that you get a smooth succession, but more importantly, you can put a nice chunk of cash into your bank account. Of course, as a business owner, you know that exiting your business can be a cash windfall. It can be a good liquidity event. And for most business owners who have a small business or a medium-sized business, it could be the biggest liquidity event that you ever have. Even your house is probably not going to be worth as much more. So if you've got a business which is doing at least 500,000 in profit, then you can make a significant exit. Depending on your industry, depending on your business size, depending on their team size, all of these factors, of course, you will definitely be able to take away millions from your business exit if you've got 500,000 in profitability. Even if you've got less than that, you're not going to be able to change the world with the amount of money. However, if you've got £100,000 profit, you'll be able to put in a good, six-figure sum into your bank account, a good, multi-six-figure sum into your bank account. So having that succession plan is key, but also planning for your exit. You need to structure your business in a particular way that it becomes attractive to business buyers. If you're a business owner, now you know how to grow a business, you know how to run a business, but do you know how to sell a business? Selling a business is a completely different proposition than actually growing or running a business. And that's why getting the correct advice with good M&A advisors is absolutely essential. And especially if you've got a medium-sized business, and the medium-sized business is 10 million plus in turnover and at least 10% profitability on that. So let's say if you've got a business which is doing 20 million in turnover and you've got profits of 2 million plus, you can put possibly 8 figures into your bank account. Why? Because you're going to be able to do a good exit. Depending on how you're positioned in the market, depending on some of the other factors, easily you'll be able to put 8 figures into your bank account. So that's why succession planning and also retirement planning is key. Taxation is a huge expense. When you're selling your business, especially if you're selling your business for more than £1 million or $1 million, taxation is going to be a huge expense, and you need to make sure that you get the correct tax advice for that as well. You need to ensure that you get the correct valuation price. By the way, when you're selling your business, just think about this. If you're watching this video as a business owner and you're coming up to retirement, your valuation is only for your advisor. So when I'm valuing businesses for customers, for clients, I say this valuation that we're going to come up with is only for my eyes and only for your eyes. We're not going to present that into the marketplace, because your business is worth different amounts to different people. If a business owner, let's say for example, there's a business out there at the moment and they have a complementary service or a complementary product to your product or service, then your business is going to be worth more to them than it may be to a financial buyer. It may be worth more to a financial buyer than it is worth to a business, another competitor, for example. It all depends on multiple factors. And in any case, when you're coming to retirement age, every single option needs to be open. And another reason why retirement planning is so important, I'll tell you a little story. I got into contact with this business seller in 2019. at that point. So 2019, he was thinking of selling his business at that point. I said, right, what you need to do is you need to X, Y, Z steps to ensure that your business is structured to sell, deal ready, that is deal ready. And he said, that's fine. I will come back to you once I've had a think about it. Anyway, as the years went on, I, picked up the phone and said, have you done some of the changes that we were talking about, or do you want to work further maybe with it? He said, yeah, I've done some things, and I'm just going to leave it on the market for a little while. So he didn't have it with me. He had it with a business broker. And this is the worst thing. These high street business brokers are really bad. But anyway, he had it on the market with a business broker. No one took a bite. Why? Because number one, business brokers don't actually prepare your business for sale. That's what M&A advisors do. So M&A advisors like me, I would actually work with you as a business owner, or work with my clients, I should say, to ensure that every aspect of your business is ready for sale. So I said, right, have you done this? Do you want to do this over time? Anyway, 3 or 4 months ago, which is 4 years after, coming up to 5 years after we had initially spoken, he said, can you quickly find me a buyer? What can we do quickly? I said, why? What's wrong? He said that I need to shut my business down in the next 3 months if we don't find a buyer. I just put my head in my hands like this and I was like, I told you in 2019, in 2020, in 2021 that you need to do this, 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 and this to ensure that you have a successful exit, or at least there's someone. And also he was thinking that his business is valued so much more. I mean, his business wasn't very valuable, like in the grand scheme of things with the other clients that I work with. He thought that his business was worth 600,000. It was only worth about 350. Yes. Why? Because he didn't do anything that I told him to do. And the worst thing is that the business broker, because, see, it's so funny how business brokers actually do this. Because he said that his business was 600,000, the business brokers had put it on the market for 550. They said, okay, 600 is crazy, but 550. And if the business is only worth 350, any serious business, in fact, I know that there was someone who was interested in that industry, and I mentioned this business to that buyer, and they just looked at the numbers and they were like, the guy is dreaming, right? The guy's dreaming. And also with the business structure, I mean, I don't want to go into someone's business details. He had employee shareholders. That's like recipe for disaster. I've seen that before, but we've managed to fix it with the clients that we actually worked with. But we fixed those problems. He didn't fix that problem. And therefore, he was unable to sell the business. There was too much complication with employees tied up in the business legal structure and the financial structure. And therefore, there's no way that he could sell that business. Anyway, he ended up shutting that business down. He sold his assets in a fire sale. He only got, I think it was 25 to 30,000 at the end of it. So essentially, I would be able to get him, I could have easily got him 300,000. That's eyes closed, I could have gotten 300,000 for his business. And he lost out on, say, 250,000 at the very least, purely because he left it too late. So that's a story to say that, look, don't leave your retirement, your business planning, your structure planning, your deal ready planning too late. Plan ahead. If you know that maybe you're in your 50s, or you're coming up to your 60s, or you're in your 60s, you may even be in your 70s. If that's the case, you need to start structuring now. The more time you spend on structuring your business, the higher the valuation and the value in the marketplace of your business will be, and you'll be able to get a good windfall when you eventually end up selling. So I hope that's some great advice for you. Again, plenty of links in the description. If you want to get in contact with me, get in contact with me. Even if you don't want to get in contact with me, contact a good M&A advisor and get the right advice for your business.